in a welfare state, in a developing economy, in a democracy, you have to take care of the poor man. You have to have the welfare policy. Subsidy is one of the strategy in a welfare state. But whom to give subsidy? How to give subsidy? How much you have to give subsidy? These are the challenges.
And the subsidies are inherently inefficient as well.
I don't believe so. Subsidy has to be there, but to whom? That's the challenge. Using this JAM gateway, using the technology, we opt for the subsidy, not to cut the subsidy, to cut the leakages.
Don't cut the subsidy, cut the leakage.
In that way, our primary estimate, we could save around 25% of our expenditure on the subsidy, what we have to do.
So it's not an increase or a reduction in the subsidy, you're not cutting the subsidy, you're cutting the leakage.
Yes,
and
that's right.
You found that saved you 25% of the actual annual cost of the subsidy. Yeah. The cost of the subsidy is $8 billion a year, so you're saving $2 billion a year through this system.
My strategy, my Prime Minister's vision is to enhance the LPG customer basket, not to the subsidize, not to the cut the burden, to give to the proper person. Subsidies should be there, but it has to reach to the proper person.
And so this way, with this system, with the biometric identification, you can make sure the subsidy goes to the actual customer.
Exactly, exactly.
Now, the biometric identification system as well, how has that impacted the way people think about being involved in the government or governance, and how has it changed the way people actually behave?
In biometrics management in India, we have some, in primary days we have some disputes, we have some issues. But gradually there is a consensus, biometric has to be there. There has to be an electronic identity system. It should be scientifically well proved. That we have now achieved. Around 85% of our population is now identified in the biometrics. Yes, another 20% has to be added in the biometrics identity, that we are going to do. And through biometrics, when you know who is who, what is its background, what is its address, then only you can target your benefits. Those who can entitle, those who are entitled, they must get that. Those who are not entitled, they must not get that, must not get that. These are the basic two strategy by the government.
Did you think it makes people feel more empowered?
Yes, yes. Biometrics make people more empowered.
And how much has it cut down on corruption? We know that's a big problem in India.
The way I told you, if I can save 25% of diversion in the LPG customer base, certainly biometrics and bank account, any kind of digitalization of the data is the way to eradicate the corruption in the lower level, corruption from the system. Now in coming days, India will be linked to the optical fiber up to the village level. Real-time data will be reached to the village level. So this kind of network, gradually all the government benefit and government payments and payment by the citizens to the government system, it will be through some gateway. JAM, LPG customer is not the only product, LPG subsidy is not the only subsidy. So many transactions, not only subsidy, so many transactions will be there through this JAM gateway.